knowledge, no? Vidya and Paravidya. We saw. So what is the analogy that Prabhupada mentions? The education of a godless society is compared to what? The educated godless society is compared to?
Dead body decorated.
Okay, that is one thing. Is as dangerous as what? Like somebody has nice knowledge, but then they are godless. They don't believe in God. So they will misuse.
It's like the snake having a jewel, Mataji.
Jewel on
Yes.
Snake having jewel.
Well, the snake having a jewel on its head, the cobra. So just imagine a cobra is already poisonous. And if it has a gem on the head, it says it is more poisonous, it is more dangerous. So similarly, the gem is compared to the knowledge, and the cobra is like the godless people. So such people can become terrorists, such people can cause harm to the society because they have knowledge and they are godless. So, so in terms of knowledge, we saw 9 to 11 slokas. 12 to 14, we'll see in terms of worship now. Okay. 12 to, yeah. So 12th sloka says about Adatama Vichanti. So it says worship of demigods. Still more so, worshippers of impersonal enters into darkness. So worship of demigods is compared as what in Bhagavad Gita? Such people are called as the demigod worshippers. No, not Mudas. Mudas are those who doesn't surrender to Krishna, or they doesn't go to demigods also.
Mayavadis, Mataji?
No, Mayavadis, they don't go to demigods. They say that they are God, no? The demigod worshippers are called as, the meaning is less intelligent.
Fools.
And Krishna, it's not fools. Less intelligent in the sense, Alpa Medasa. And the opposite is, Krishna worshippers are called Sumedasa. So, Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam, Sangopangastra Pashudam, Yitya Sankirtana Prayajand, he is Sumedasa. So, those who worship Krishna, or Lord Chaitanya, they are Sumedasa. They are very, very intelligent people. Like tomorrow is Nityananda Tridashi. Many of them don't know who is Nityananda Prabhu. Many. Nitai Balram Hole Nitai. Balram only has come as Nitai, but they don't know because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu are Channa avatar. They're very hidden. Not everybody, only Gaudiya Vaishnavas, they know. And we are so fortunate to come under that Sampradaya. Just imagine, no? Because more than Balram, Nityananda Prabhu is very merciful. And tomorrow is his appearance, so you have to fast till noon and beg for Nityananda Prabhu's mercy. Especially those who are not initiated, you can beg to pray to Nityananda Prabhu to give a spiritual master as soon as possible, because he is Adi Guru, he is Guru Tattva. He will take away all the obstacles on your path to surrender to a Guru. So Nityananda Prabhu is very, very merciful, more merciful than Mahaprabhu, it is said. So, worshippers of demigods are called less intelligent. Why? Why are they called as less intelligent?
Instead of worshipping Krishna, who is the ultimate God, they are worshipping demigods. If you worship, if you ask a king to come to his home, then everything will come.
Yes.
Instead of asking for other meager things.
And it is more like sense gratification, praying to demigods.
Yes. So if somebody says that,
material gain.
Yeah, if somebody says that, no, I go to Kali temple, I go to Shiva temple, just like that. No, I don't ask for material things. It's wrong. Prabhupada says you go to an liquor shop, and if you don't buy liquor or if you don't drink, that means you are lying. So they are going there for sense gratification. So to have material things. And is my voice clear?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
My mic is
Clear.
not working. Okay. So they are called less intelligent because they ask for things which are temporary. Okay, as Mother said, for sense gratification, they tell Dhanam Dehi, Putra Dehi, all that they say, I want that, I want this, all these material things, which is temporary. Once the body is gone, Vritti Sarva Harasya. So worshippers of demigods, they're less intelligent, but still more is worshippers of impersonal Brahman, that is Mayavadis, they enter into darkness. Because what does Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say Mayavadis as? Mayavadis are called as Krishna Parati. Aparati. They are called as Krishna Aparati. Why? Why does Mayavadi is known as Krishna Aparati?
Because they don't accept Krishna's personal form.
Form. They say that, see, Krishna has a beautiful form. Now, Kantarpa Koti Kamaniya Visheshas, thousands of cupids are attracted. Krishna's form is attracted by everyone, even Cupid. That's why Krishna is called Madana Mohana. So he's attracted even by Cupid, the love god. So just imagine if Cupid also is getting attracted to Krishna, how beautiful Krishna is. And such a beautiful form. And the Mayavadis are saying Krishna doesn't have a form. So it's aparat. They are telling that Krishna has a material form, but that is wrong. So in mantra 12 says, Antam tama pravishyanti ye sam asambhutim upasate tato bhuya ivate tamo yayus sampurtyam rataha. Those who are engaged in worship of demigods enter into the darkest region of ignorance. Still more so do the worshippers of impersonal absolute. So those who worship demigods also goes to demigods planets. Okay. Yanti deva yada deva pitri yanti pitri vrita bhutani yadi bhuteja yadi matyaji no pipa. Those who worship Krishna go to Krishna. And once you go to Krishna, yat katvan inivartande, no more coming back. But you go to demigods planet, what happens? What is the fate? After you enjoy there, then what happens?
You will
We
fall
come down
down.
to this material
We
world.
come
down.
back to the material world.
Yeah, Shrine Punya Martilogam Vishnandi. Once the Punya is over, you have to come down to the material world. And again, you have to undergo Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi suffering. So what is the use? It's like just getting a visa for some time and then go enjoy and come back. So it's of no use. Abrahma Bhuvanar Loka Punaravartanochara. You have to come down. So it is said that about demigod worshippers, it is said they are Alpa Medasa, less intelligent, because as Prabhu said, a very nice example. You ask the king to come to your house, everything else comes. The king has to stay in your house. The house should be very nicely decorated and furnished, and everything comes nice, prasadam and everything, all facility for the king comes, and you can also enjoy that. But okay, so that means Krishna is the supreme, and the demigods are sanctioning things by Krishna's order, under Krishna's order. So those who worship demigods, they go to their planets, and that is kind of ignorance, because again they take birth again. The demigods themselves are not liberated, so they cannot give you liberation. Mukti pradatam sarvesham Vishnu revana samshaya. Mukti can be given only by Vishnu or Krishna. Okay, so in Bhagavad Gita also it is said, unintelligent, bewildered persons, those who have strong desire for sense gratification, they worship the demigods for temporary problems or temporary relief. So Ishopanishad says, whatever happens, akama sarva kama va moksha kama udariti tivrena bhakti yokena yajete purusham param. Whatever your desires are, anything, go to Krishna. Don't go to, you don't have to go to demigods. Okay, it's like watering the root of the tree. Okay, so, but those who worship Brahman, that is the Mayavadis, what happens? They go to hellish planets, or in the sense they go to, because they merge into Brahman. They think they are merging into Brahman. Vimukta manina, they think they got liberated. But again, adhu hekrichena param tadamta padhyara. What are the Mayavadis compared to in an ocean? The analogy? In an ocean, the Mayavadis are compared to what, and devotees are compared to what? What is that which merge in the ocean? Like, and then again it is, or the devotees have individualities.
Waves.
What is there in the waves? Something in the waves.
Yeah.
Bubbles.
Good. At least one person remembers. I'm so happy. Yeah, the bubbles in the ocean. So if there is a bubbles in the waves, you've seen that there'll be small bubbles. And then what happens? The bubble break and merge into the ocean water. And again, the bubbles are formed. So it's like that. The Mayavadis are like that. They merge into Brahman. Again, they take rebirth. But devotees are like, not in the ocean. Who is that who's enjoying the ocean, who has that individuality, who doesn't merge? Fish. So devotees are like fish. So like Kanishta Adhikaris are like small fishes who swim on the superficial part. then Madhyamadikaris. Then big sharks and big fishes are seen on the bottom of the ocean. And they are the one who enjoys these pearls and pebbles and all this precious jewels under the ocean, and who are like Uttamadikaris. They can dive into the ocean and they enjoy the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the ocean of devotional service, or the nectar. So the devotees are compared to fish in the ocean, and the Mayavadis are like bubbles in the ocean because they merge. So we need to become fish, not the bubbles, because the fish has its individuality. Okay, so mantra 12 basically talks about demigod worshippers going into ignorance, and also more dangerous than that is Mayavadism, because demigod worshippers, they are pious and somehow they'll come to Krishna consciousness. Now, many of them said they were nice Lord Shiva worshippers, and they used to keep Shivaratri and all that. And Shiva is who? Vaishnavanam Yadashambhu is the best among devotees. So he will give you more Krishna Bhakti. And because of that, they came to Krishna consciousness. So that is good actually. So asking demigods for Krishna Bhakti. But more than dangerous than is impersonalism. That is Mayavadis, because Mayavadis are Krishna Aparati. And Mahaprabhu says, Mayavadi Bhashishunile Hoya Sarvanash. If you hear about from a Mayavadi, then you will be completely gone. So once one nice katha was going on. So I thought I'll also join some other temple. So I was just listening, and they were saying Bhagavan, Bhagavan, Bhagavan. They never used the term Krishna, but they were saying Bhagavan. And it's like, okay, let me listen. And then when it came to the form, then he said that the formless part of the Lord. Then I said, oh, this is Mayavadism. Immediately got up from there and came, because we are learning Vaishnavism. We are trying to understand Krishna more and more. And on the other side, you keep hearing Mayavadism. It's wrong. Once there was a devotee, I think it's Mukunda. He used to be in the association of Mahaprabhu and be in the Kirtan and everything. And then in between, he'll go to Mayavadism. He'll go to the Mayavadis and hear about Mayavadism. And Mahaprabhu was so angry, and Mahaprabhu didn't like that. Mahaprabhu didn't talk to him for some time. He's like, what are you doing? And Mahaprabhu gave darshan to everyone except Mukunda. And he said that I don't want to see Mukunda's face. Keep him out. And he was not allowed to enter inside Mahaprabhu's room. So Mukunda was like, why? What mistake did I do? Offense did I do? So Mahaprabhu said he is doing duplicity. Like he is with us. At the same time, he is going to Mayavadism. So which is wrong. So that means you accept Krishna and you also say that Krishna doesn't have a form. That's like duplicity. Mahaprabhu didn't like it. So Mahaprabhu's like, I don't want to see him. So Mukunda said, okay, let him not see me, but at least let me know when can I see him next. So Mahaprabhu sent a messenger saying that after 10 million janmas, after so many million janmas, you can get darshan of Mahaprabhu. Hearing this, everybody was so upset. Oh, after so many millions of janma only, Mukunda can see Mahaprabhu again. But immediately after hearing this, Mukunda jumped in ecstasy and was so happy. So everybody's like, why are you jumping? It's a sad news, no? But why are you happy? He's like, no, at least after some millions janma, I can see Mahaprabhu, right? I'll be able to see. There are 84 lakh species of life. At least after so many life, I will be able to see. He gave the assurance. So I believe in Mahaprabhu and I trust him because he is Krishna. So when he said that, Mahaprabhu immediately gave darshan to Mukunda, saying that you trust me and you have trust in my words and faith, and never go to Mayavadis. So Mahaprabhu doesn't like it. Even Prabhupada, when he went to America, there was a Dr. Bose. Yeah, Bose, I forgot his name. He was a Mayavadi. And he never used to allow Prabhupada to speak. Wherever a big function used to happen, Prabhupada used to go to with that person who was a Mayavadi, and he speaks about so much of it, Mayavadism. And once Prabhupada was allowed to speak, Prabhupada spoke just the opposite, at how Krishna had beautiful form. So this person was so annoyed, and after that, wherever he goes, he'll allow Prabhupada to only sing Kirtan, not speak. So Prabhupada was feeling so little tied up, but then he's like, it's okay. At least I can sing Kirtan. And through Kirtan, Prabhupada started attracting many people. Okay, so worshipping of the demigods and impersonal Brahman is actually condemned, or it should not be done. Mantra 13 says, Anyat eva husambhavat. Okay, we'll just see more about the 12th sloka. Ishamanish points out that one who worships the demigods and attains their material planets still remain in the darkest region of universe. The whole universe is covered by the gigantic material elements. Why they are in the darkest region? Because they take birth again and again. Pinarjanma. It's like a coconut covered by a shell and half filled with water. Since his covering is airtight, the darkness within is dense, and therefore the sun and the moon are required for illumination. So the impersonalist, Mantra 12 purport says, the ignorant pseudo-religionists and the manufacturers of so-called incarnations who directly violate the Vedic injunctions are liable to enter to the darkest region of the universe. Why? Because they mislead those who follow them. Okay, you practicing Mayavadism is fine, but you are making others also Mayavadis, which is very wrong. These impersonalists generally pose themselves as incarnation of God to foolish people who have no knowledge of Vedic wisdom. If such foolish men have any knowledge at all, it's more dangerous in their hands than ignorance itself. So Mayavadis should not have much. If they have much knowledge, then they will misinterpret everything. Because first of all, they don't believe in the form of the Lord. Will they believe in the pastimes of the Lord? No. If somebody doesn't have a form, how will they do the pastime? So they don't believe any of the pastimes of the Lord. So once what happened, there was a Mayavadi institution or a program in Vrindavan, and that person was going to that Mayavadi center. So it was some Ekadashi or something, and I thought, okay, I'll do Vrindavan Parikrama that day. So we were doing Vrindavan Parikrama, and that's the most common austerity in Vrindavan. At the early morning, immediately after Mangalarati, they all will start walking barefoot, Vrindavan Parikrama. It's not like Govardhan Parikrama, this is short. So they all do Vrindavan prayer. They'll be chanting their japa and doing Vrindavan Parikrama. So when we are doing that, this Mayavadi sannyasi also was walking with us. So I was like, Vrindavan Parikrama is done by somebody who admires the dham. Why do we worship Vrindavan dham? For what? Why do we worship Vrindavan, first of all? Why do we do Parikrama? Why do we?
Krishna never left Vrindavan, Mataji.
Yeah, Krishna is always in Vrindavan. Vrindavan Parityaja Padam Ekam Nagachati. Krishna never left Vrindavan. So he's always there. Then?
Radharani's blessings.
Yeah, Radharani is there. She is Vrindavaneshwari. So Radharani is always there and blessings are there. So we worship the dham in which Krishna walked barefoot and he did his pastimes. He was there. We saw a nectar of instruction, right? In Mathura is highest, in Mathura, Vrindavan is highest, in Vrindavan, Govardhan, then Radha Kund. So this whole places is still there, or Krishna's pastime is still happening. We are not able to see, but demigods and all can see the leelas happening there. So we were worshipping Vrindavan Dham and we were worshipping Yamuna and all that because it's Krishna's pastime happened. But this Mayavadi, he doesn't believe in Krishna's form, so he doesn't believe in any pastimes of the Lord. And the funny thing is, he lives in Vrindavan and he's doing some Mayavadi thing there. So we just were very curious. After the parikrama, he was kind of fully sweating and all that. And I was just looking at him, and he was having boots, like shoes, when he walked. It's like some people cannot walk barefoot, so they have shoes and all. So I just, we were curious to ask, like, Prabhu, like you don't believe in this dham and everything, no? But why are you doing Vrindavan Parikrama? Then he said, no, I am doing my exercise. It's like an exercise for me that I'm kind of brisk walking, because my cardiologist said that I have to do nice walking. And I thought, okay, Vrindavan Parikrama it means it will be so many kilometers, so I can do my daily walking. So he was walking in the dham, but his intention was that his health should be perfect, and he is walking in Rajaguna. Just imagine, in Vrindavan, he'll get some Ajnata Sukriti because he did Vrindavan Parikrama on Ekadashi day. But the intention was wrong, or the way he did was wrong. So Mayavadis can also be dangerous. Like if somebody seeing that, they will also follow that, saying that, oh, it's a nice exercise to walk around the dam. But that's wrong. And then what happens? The same people, they'll climb Govardhan Hill with the shoes. I've seen, Saturday, Sunday, when you go to Vrindavan, it's so crowded because from Delhi, they'll come for a trip, weekend trip to Vrindavan. And they'll think Vrindavan is just another place, trip place. And they'll be climbing on Govardhan Hill with their shoes and taking selfies and all. We are not supposed to step on Vrindavan. I mean, Govardhan.
Spot for them, Mataji.
Huh?
It's like tourist spot for them.
Yeah, it's like a tourist place, especially when you go to Prem Mandir and all that place in Vrindavan. So crowded on Saturday, Sundays, like we can't even go there. They don't come to ISKCON. Sometimes they come to ISKCON Vrindavan for prasadam and all, but it's as mother said, it's like a trip and fun for them. That's it. But then offending the Dham happens. Dham offense happens, no, when they do that. Okay, so we should be, Dham reveals to us, as Namanishta Prabhu was saying, 30 years he was in Delhi and even once he didn't go to Vrindavan because the Dham will not reveal to us. Okay, so Prabhupada, so we'll go to the next sloka. Again, Prabhupada called them rogues. These rogues are most dangerous elements in human society, the Mayavas. They escape punishment by the law of the state. They cannot, however, escape the law of the Supreme, who are clearly declared in that. Okay, Prabhupada says the Mayavadis cannot be punished by the law of state. That's correct. No, we can't punish them. What offense can, I mean, what complaint can we do against Mayavadis? But then they will not escape the law of the Supreme, who has clearly declared in Gita that envious demons in the garb of religious propagandists shall be thrown into the darkest region of hell. So the Mayavadis definitely, they go to the hellish planets, because they're doing the greatest offense by offending the form of the Lord and his pastimes. So Sri Ishopanishads confirms that these pseudo-religionists are heading towards the most obnoxious place in the universe after completion of their spiritual master business, which they conduct simply for sense gratification. Okay, so 9 to 14, we try to understand, and also we'll see the mode and mission of Prabhupada. In the 13th sloka, it is said about here, worshipping the Supreme and worshipping what is not Supreme have different results.
Oh no.
So the 13th sloka says, Anyad eva hu sambhavat, anyad ahur asambhavat, iti sushrumadiranam yenastat vichachakshire. It is said that one result is obtained by worshipping the Supreme, cause of all cause, and that another result is obtained by worshipping what is not Supreme. All this is heard from the undisturbed authorities who clearly explained it. Okay, so one result is obtained by worshipping the Supreme. So, worshipping the Supreme Lord, what is the result we get? When we worship the Supreme Lord Krishna, what is the result we get?
All our material layers start to wash away.
Okay, all the anarthas go away from us and material things, okay, it goes away. What is the ultimate goal?
Krishna Prema.
We'll all,
Prema.
yeah.
We get
Krishna Prema is
You get
We
Krishna
go
Prema
back to
and
Golika
there is no
Vrindavan.
coming back. Yeah, there is liberation, there's no coming back. So worshipping the Supreme, has the highest result. And when you worship the demigods, you go to the demigod planet. So it's different result. It's like you take ticket to Kolkata, you go to Kolkata, you can't go to Mumbai with that ticket. So when you worship, some people say, no, you worship anybody, you go to same place. No, you worship Krishna, you go to Goloka. You worship Vishnu, you go to Vaikuntha. You worship Lord Ram, you go to Ayodhya. In that sense, that's spiritual planet. Whichever Lord is your favorite, whichever form, you go to that place. But all this is spiritual planet like Goloka, Vaikuntha and all. But when you worship the demigods, it's still the material. So worshipping what is not Supreme, it has different results. Okay, so one result is obtained by worshipping the Supreme, cause of all cause, and another result is obtained by worshipping which is not Supreme. So we should clearly understand that. So Isha Upanishad also says that, and Acharyas also say. Prabhupada gives this analogy, I think page 91, you can see in the first paragraph. When you take a ticket to Calcutta, you reach Kolkata, but not Bombay. But the so-called spiritual masters say that any and all path will take one to the supreme goal. No, such mundane and compromising offers attract many foolish creatures, and they become puffed up. We will not. When you worship the supreme, you go to his planet, Krishna's planet. Just only by chanting Krishna's holy name, you can go to Krishna's planet. You've seen in Goloka chart. Did you all notice there is one connection between the material world and the spiritual world? What is that? Seen a connection? If you zoom the Goloka chart, you'll see. That's the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. The Hare Krishna Mahamantra directly from the material, because it's Gologera Premadan Harinam Sankirtan. This Harinam is not from this material world. It's from Gologa. That's why every day when you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, do you get bored? Do anybody gets bored with the mantra?
No, Mataji.
Okay, we may not have taste, we might feel sleepy, that's all different things, but we don't get bored. But the same film song you sing 100 times, you get really bored. You won't feel like singing that again. But the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you won't, it's like Nava Yavvanam, it's always fresh. The same pastimes of Krishna we hear every Janmashtami, every play time we hear the same pastime. And do we get bored? No. This is the specialty because it's from spiritual planet, and spiritual planet, everything is fresh. So only when you worship Krishna, you go to the, that's why now when people say, oh, these ISKCON people, they worship Krishna, 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 nothing else for you. Huh? Some, my cousins also used to say, like, you don't go to any other temple, you go to only Krishna's temple. Why? Because we know we are worshiping the Supreme and we don't want to get entangled anymore. And when you worship Krishna, some people feel, oh, because I was taking Shivaratri and all till now, and now I am doing Ekadashi. Because sometimes, no, Shivaratri and Ekadashi comes close. Like it will be Ekadashi and the next will be Shivaratri, something like that. Then how do you break Ekadashi? And if you don't break Ekadashi, then it's not calculated. We know the story of Ambarish Maharaj. So they get offended, like, what to do? I was worshipping Lord Shiva till now, and now how can I stop doing it? But Lord Shiva will be more pleased if you take Ekadashi. In fact, he also takes Ekadashi, because he is Vaishnava. Prabhupada says the Vaishnavas also take Krishna Prasadam, they take Ekadashi. So like Tulsi Maharani and all. So they'll be more pleased. It's not like we are offending them, but we are watering the root of the tree, that's it. And when you do that, they are also satisfied. In fact, they are more happy and more pleased when you do that. So Prabhupada says, when you worship Krishna, you go to Krishna's planet. And but you worship any other demigods, you go to their planets. It doesn't have the same result. Some people, some ignorant people think that it has the same result, but it doesn't give the same result. The analogy given is ticket to Kolkata doesn't take you to Mumbai. Okay. So in the mantra 13, in modern times, the number of such pretenders have increased considerably, and it has become a problem for the pure devotees of the Lord to save the masses of people from unholy propaganda of these pretenders and pseudo-incarnations. Some people say that they are God, the so-called human God and all are there, and they also mislead people. Because Krishna himself says in Bhagavad Gita, Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva vachante ma buddha bhava samanita. He is the source of all spiritual and material world. So what is the doubt? Prabhupada says, if you have faith if you are a devotee, you should believe what Krishna says. You should not doubt Bhagavad Gita. You should not doubt anything. You should believe. Krishna said that, you believe. Now, sometimes I feel this, like when we are in history class and all that, no, we didn't even see First World War, Second World. We don't even know. Somebody said that this happened, this king fought, that king fought, they won, and we mug up the essay. I still remember 10th standard, I was mugging up essays, all this French Revolution and all, just to vomit in the exam. And it's like so much. What is the use of all that now? And we believe that history so much, like, yes, that happened. Yes, this happened in that war, this war. But when it comes to spiritual life, we'll be like doubting. Really? Did Krishna do that? Did Krishna do this? Or this is Krishna? No, this is our this conditioned soul's defect. Like we have these, we are doubting the spiritual life, and we are so happy with material things. Maya is also tricking us, but the Acharya is so confirmed. Like Acharya can convince us. That's why you should hear Prabhupada's lecture. When you hear Prabhupada's lecture, Prabhupada is so strongly saying about Krishna. Okay, so here Prabhupada gives a very big purport in mantra 13. He also gives the example of watering the root of the tree. Okay, why is it important to water the root of the tree? So the attempt of the so-called spiritual leaders is sometimes something like pouring water on the leaves of the tree and instead of the root. What is the use? It's no use. The tree doesn't get nourished. The natural process is to pour water to the root. He says in page 96, the natural process is to pour water on the root. But such disturbed leaders are more attracted to the leaves than the root. Despite their perpetually watering the leaves, however, everything dries up for want of nourishment. Everything dries up, it's of no use. But if we water the root of the tree, then what happens? The tree will fructify and there'll be flowers and fruits there. Okay, so that's very important. Okay, so 14 to 18. Okay, we'll discuss. 14th sloka says, know the personality of Godhead as well as temporary material creation. Sambhutim cha vinasham cha yastat vedo vayam saha vinashena mrityum tirtva sambhutyam mritam ashnute. One should know perfectly that the personality of God is Sri Krishna and his transcendental name, form, quality, and pastimes, as well as temporary material creation with its temporary demigods, men and animal. One who knows these, he surpasses death and ephemeral cosmic manifestation with it. And in the eternal kingdom of God, he enjoys his eternal life of bliss and knowledge. So we should know the personality of God, Krishna, his name, form, quality, and pastime. Okay. Why is that we should know about Krishna, his temporary material creation, about demigods, everything? Why should we know all that? It's okay, no, if we know only Krishna, why should we know about demigods? Yes. Why should here it is said that we should know about temporary demigods, everything. Why is it important to know about all of them? It's okay now if we know only about Krishna. Yes.
Because they are the different parts of the of Krishna.
Yeah. Yes, they are also part and parcel of Krishna. So definitely we have to know about
potency of the Krishna, internal potency, external potency.
To know the potency of Krishna, because demigods are also part and parcel of Krishna. They are also Krishna's potency. Mame Vamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Budana Sanadana. But the demigods also, because Aham Adir Hi Devanam, Krishna says, he is the source of demigods. So unless you know the part and parcel, how will you know the whole thing? We should know about demigods also. We should know about all the planetary system, because the spiritual world is 3/4 and this material world is just 1/4. Ekam Shena Sito Jagat. So this material world is only 1/4. So unless you know this 1/4, you can't know the 3/4. Just imagine, sometimes this material world is so huge, so much, no? But 3 times more is the spiritual world. Okay. So mantra 50, so 14 says that we should know about the Supreme Lord as well as the demigods. All this we should know. Okay. Only then can we go back to Krishna. Because Krishna himself says, Janma karma jame divyam evam yovedi tatvata tekvadeham punarjanmanaine mamedi sorjana. Janma and karma. Krishna's karma also includes Brahma Vimohan Leela. It includes Govardhan Leela, all that. So when you want to know about Brahma Vimohan Leela, you should know who is Brahma. You should know more about Brahma. Then Govardhan Leela, you should know about Indra. So you have to know, we have to know about the demigods in order to reach that perfection. Okay. So 15 to 18, it's categorized together. This case, Hiranmayena Patrena Satyasya Pihitam Mukham Tatvam Pushan Appa Vrino Satya Dharmaya Drishtaye. O my Lord, sustainer of all lives, your real face is covered by your dazzling effulgence. Kindly remove that covering and exhibit yourself to your pure devotees. So what is this covering which covers the Lord? What is it called?
Effulgence.
Yeah, what is it, that effulgence?
Brahman.
Brahman, yes, that's the Brahman. The Brahman, the Brahmachoti, when you say. Okay, so sometimes, did anyone go to the any meditation centers or anywhere to meditate, to try? Do you all try before coming to Krishna consciousness?
No, Mataji, but I have heard that they meditate on a light and they try to
Light.
focus on, yeah.
Yeah, Sureshwar Prabhu have experience?
Yeah, Mataji.
Okay. So when, yeah, they tell to meditate on the light. So for them, there is nothing beyond that light. Okay, they think that's God. God is light. But where is this light coming from? Krishna, Prabhupada always says, if anything has to come, see, sunlight is coming. Sometimes you don't see the sun, no, it's cloudy, might be it's about to rain. But then how do you know the sun is there? Because it's daytime. You don't have to on your lights because you can see each other, you can see things. It's because of sunlight. And if a child comes and say, there is no sun, there is no sun, there is no sun, I can't see sun. But you are intelligent, you know there is a sun and the cloud is not covering the sun, it's covering your vision. There is a sun because of the sunlight. Similarly, the light is there. That means there is a source. There has to be a source. So this Hiranmayena Patrena, I think this is a Bhakti Shastri question. Hiranmayena Patrena means the golden effulgence that's covering the Lord. That is the Brahmajyoti. Okay, it's not covering the Lord. So if Brahmajyoti is covering the Lord, does that mean Brahmajyoti is more greater than Krishna? Or the Maya Shakti is more greater than Krishna?
This is the beginning of knowing Krishna.
Okay. No, but it's covering, no? Here it said, your real face is covered by your dazzling effulgence. So if something has to cover Krishna, it has to be greater than Krishna, no? Does that mean Brahman is greater than Krishna? Or the
No,
effulgence?
Mataji. No.
No, it is actually covering us. Maya is covering us. What is it? Naham Prakasha Sarvase Yoga Maya Samahrita. Maya is covering actually us. Maya Jamini Gachan Namatnya Dokshajamavyayam Alakshase Muda Drisha Nato Natyadaro Yada. Kunti Varani says in Kunti Studi, I think first canto 8th chapter it comes, when she says that Maya is covering me, not you. Maya is covering us. The effulgence is there around the Lord. He's self-effulgent. Natat Pashede Suryo na Shashango na Pavaga Yat Katva Nenevartande Taddama Paramamama. Krishna's planet doesn't need sunlight, moon, or anything. It's self-effulgent. Similarly, Krishna is self-effulgent. So if there is a light coming, there is a source behind it. Hiranmayana path, that covering is covering us actually. And so Kunti Maharani also prays, please remove that covering and show yourself. And Swayameva Swayateda. We cannot remove that. Krishna himself. Like, can you remove the cloud? Okay, there is a sun, and the sun is, our sight is covered by the clouds, and it's a cloudy day. Can we remove the cloud? No, the sun itself has to remove the cloud. No, the sun itself. Similarly, Krishna himself has to remove that Maya covering or the effulgence covering from him, so that we can see him. So the living entity should never be considered the all-powerful, full supreme truth. If he were the supreme, he would not need to pray to the Lord to remove his dazzling cover so that the living entity could see his real face. So the real living entity is praying to Krishna. Krishna, please remove your covering so that I can see you in real. The demons who are killed by Krishna, they are immediately transferred to this Brahman effulgence. What is it called? Demons go into Brahman effulgence. What happened today? Everybody is sleepy. The demons transferring to Brahman effulgence. What is it called? See, once they're killed by Krishna, they go and merge to the Brahman effulgence.
Moksha.
Yeah, what moksha it is?
Sayujya Moksha.
Yeah, Sayujya Mukti. You all know, but it's okay even if we commit mistakes. We are learning. So it's Sayujya Mukti. Sayujya Mukti means merging into the Brahman effulgence, which is very, very, very lowest type of mukti, which a devotee doesn't want. And Kaivalyam Naragadi, it's like hell to get merged with the Lord. But the demons, they get that. So just imagine the place which is given to Krishna, enemies of Krishna. Is that very covetable thing? It is given the Brahmajyoti, that the demons go there, the demons. Okay, so that's why, where is mantra 16? Okay, it's not there. I'll just read. So here it is said that Krishna's dazzling effulgence that explain the personal race is called Brahmajyoti. Okay, Brahmanohi Pratishta Aham. Krishna says that Brahman is also Krishna. I am the basis of impersonal Brahman, which is immortal, imperishable, and eternal, and is the constitutional position of ultimate happiness. So the Brahman, Vadandita Tattvavidas Tattvam Yajnanam Advayam Brahmedi Paramatmedi Bhagavanedi Shaptati. So Brahman is also the part of the Lord. So if can you say Krishna is personal or impersonal?
Personal, Mataji.
Okay, Krishna is personal. How many of you say Krishna is impersonal? So what is Brahman then? Brahma Satya Jagat.
Brahman is impersonal, Mataji.
Yeah. So Krishna says, I am the basis of impersonal Brahman. Brahmano hi pradishta aham. Then Krishna is both.
Sunlight and sun planet, like.
Yeah, so that means Krishna is both. Krishna has a person, he is a person. He also has an impersonal feature also. Brahman is an impersonal. See, we can be only person. No, we are person. But, and you can see the wind. Can you see the wind? No, wind is impersonal. But Krishna can be both personal as well as impersonal. How? He is a person and Bhagavan feature and a Paramatma feature. He has a form, but he's impersonal in his Brahman feature. You understood? So Krishna can be both at the same time, personal, impersonal. This is the inconceivable potency of the Lord, Achintya Shakti. We can't be like that, but Krishna can be. So Krishna is both. If somebody asks Krishna is personal, yes, he's a person. Is he impersonal? Yes, impersonal in the sense his Brahman aspect is impersonal. He has an impersonal feature. Doesn't mean Krishna is impersonal. It's a part of Krishna or it's a feature of Krishna. Okay, so Krishna can be both. He is a person, but he also has an impersonal feature called the Brahmajyoti. All of you got it? So it is a both. It's a both features are of Krishna. But the Brahman effulgence also Krishna's. Krishna only. It's the effulgence of Krishna. Okay, so only Krishna can do that. We can't do that. Only the Lord can do this. So here it is said that Brahman, the effulgence is also coming from Krishna's body. Hiranmayena Patrena, the covering is that Brahman effulgence. Hiranmayena Patrena. The Sri Krishna has to remove that Hiranmayena Patra or the covering. And one who realizes this, Vasudeva Sarva Iti, Lord Sri Krishna, who is known as Vasudeva, is everything. Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan is all. The Bhagavan is the root. Brahman and Paramatma has his branches. So Krishna is the root, that is the Bhagavan, but Paramatma and Brahman is also the part of Krishna. So he has both the features. So here it is said, the impersonal feature of the Lord, it's for actually the Jnanis. And the Paramatma features is for the yogis, but for devotees, it's the Bhagavan feature. Mantra 16 says, Pushan ekarshe yamasurya prajapatya vyuharasmin samoha tejo yatte rupam kalyanatamam tatte pashyami yo asau asau purusha so aham asmi. O my Lord, O perennial philosopher, maintainer of the universe, O regulating principle, destination of the pure devotees, well-wisher of the progenitors of mankind, please remove the effulgence of your transcendental rays so that I can see your form of bliss, your eternal supreme personality of Godhead, like unto the sun as am I. The same thing, it's almost repeated like 14. That's why it's not given in the slide. It's like, please again remove your effulgence so that I can see your beautiful form of the Lord. So this is, the Prabhupada says, the Brahmajyoti. It's described in Brahma Samhita as the rays that is emanating from the supreme spiritual planet, Goloka. Just like the sun rays emanating from sun globe. So we have to surpass that Brahmajyoti and go. So that effulgence is so bright. What is the effulgence compared to? The Krishna's Brahmajyoti. That light is compared to what? It was mentioned in the universal form chapter. Yes, Prabhu.
Sun rays, Mother.
How many suns?
Millions.
Thousands of suns.
Millions.
Thousands of millions of suns. In the sense, when Krishna showed the Vishwarupa to Arjuna, and Arjuna was looking, and Arjuna was like, I can't see, please come back to your original form. And there there also in the Purport mentions that it's like thousands of sun have risen. That's the effulgence. One sun itself, we cannot, sometimes it's so strong, the rays are, we have to have a cooling glass or something to see, can't see directly. Just imagine thousands of suns. So that's the effulgence coming from Krishna's body. So he's like, please remove that. So Ishopanishad petitions the Lord to remove the effulgent rays of Brahmajyoti so that the pure devotee can see his all blissful transcendental form. A pure devotee doesn't want to see Brahmana Paramatma feature. He wants to see the Bhagavan feature, because only in Bhagavan feature can you have that rasa, a transcendental exchange of relationship between the devotee and the Lord. So that's why Arjuna also says, no, I don't want to see this universal form. Please come to your original form, and Krishna comes to the two-handed form. So Brahmajyoti is the impersonal aspect of the Lord. Yes, Lord has an impersonal feature, which is the Brahmajyoti. It's a feature of the Lord. Lord is not impersonal, but he has a impersonal feature also. He can become impersonal in his Brahmajyoti. Okay, it's a part of the Lord. So Brahmajyoti is the impersonal Brahmajyoti. After surpassing that, we can see the personal aspect of the Lord. Okay. So this is very important to know that the Lord as a maintainer has both personal and impersonal feature. The one who knows that knows everything. Like we should know that. The Ishabarisha thus points to favor the Lord, which is beyond the purview of Brahmajyoti. But there is a form beyond that, which Mayavadi doesn't agree. Payuranilam amritam adetam pasmantam shariram om krato smara kritam smara krato smara kritam smara. Let this temporary body be burnt to ashes, and let the air of life be merged with the totality of air. Now, O my Lord, please remember all my sacrifices, and because you are the ultimate beneficiary, please remember that I have done for you. So the living entity is praying to Krishna. Krishna, please remember what all service I have done to you. We don't have to remind the Lord. The Lord knows everything. Whatever small service we have done, small sacrifices, Krishna will remember everything. What if we cannot remember Krishna at the time of death? Then, if a devotee is not, Krishna himself will.
Krishna will remember. Yes,
Aham
he will remember us.
smarami patpatta. Krishna says, Aham smarami. I will remember my devotees. That's what Krishna says. So Krishna will never forget any service that's done by his devotees. Even if at the time of death, if devotee does not remember his service to the Lord does not forget him. This prayer is given to remind the Lord of the devotee's sacrifices. But even if there is no such reminder, the Lord does not forget the service rendered by his pure devotees. So once there's a story. And there was a constructor, okay, he construct a lot of houses. So there was his servant who was always working with him, and not even 1 rupee he have asked till now. He was always with him as a sincere servant, and they were building houses and houses for lakhs of people and giving. And this servant was finally getting old, and his children were calling him back, and they are like, please come back with the money what you have. But he doesn't have anything. He never asked for anything. So he was about to get retired, and he was thinking that, oh, I've done so much for my master, but my master didn't give me anything. So at the end of his retirement, the last day, he said, I'm going to retire. And then the master took him to another house and said, this house is for you. Okay, it's a new house. And in one room, he opened and saw there was like so many gold pots. And the pots were full of gold coins and covered. And the master took away the covering and said, all this is for you. You have served me so many years, and each house we built, the share which I got, your share I have, even though you didn't ask, I have saved it for you. So this is for that house, this is for this house. And the master started telling what all service we have done for so many years and what all he did. And the end, he said, this is all for you. And the servant never asked, the servant never reminded the master, but he had that inside that I did so much for my the master, but he didn't give me anything. And what will I tell my relatives? But then see how he got repaid. So similarly, it is said at the end of our life, or Krishna will take us to such a room where he's like, he'll give you all he'll pay us back in the sense, oh, this is for that milk you offered on Ekadashi, or this is for the garland you made on that day, or this is for that dress you made, or anything, like any service we have done. This is for that donation you did, or this is for that preaching you did. So whatever we did, Krishna will definitely keep account, or he'll never forget, because he is as Paramatma in a heart. So he will remember any small service we have done. Like how Lord Ramchandra, appreciate the squirrel, no? Who gave a pebble, just a pebble. It's nothing to do with the Sedu Bandhan. So big rocks have to be used to make a bridge. What a pebble can do. But still Lord Ramchandra took the squirrel in his hand and patted on the back and said, you did what you can do, your maximum. So he was appreciating that squirrel. And today I was hearing, like Prabhupada was taking a class, and there was one hippie. He was just new to the temple, and he got some toilet papers. Prabhupada never used toilet papers, but some other devotees were using it. So he got toilet papers to the temple's bathroom, washroom. So he was bringing the toilet papers, and everybody's like, he's bringing a toilet paper to the temple. What is this? Everybody was saying like that. But Prabhupada stopped the class, and Prabhupada said, Good, very good. You're bringing toilet papers. You're doing service to Krishna, devotees. And Prabhupada appreciated. Prabhupada stopped the class and appreciated even for that toilet paper. So this was Prabhupada knew that everything, any small service we do, it's bringing you closer to Krishna and it's purifying him. So he's doing what he can. So he happily went and kept it in the bathroom. So this is what Prabhupada was appreciating everybody. Small service they did. And later on, yes, definitely, that person became a nice devotee and did a lot of other services. But Krishna, even though we don't remind Krishna, Krishna will remember everything. All the services we have done to him, Krishna will remember. So this is what the mantra, the living entity is praying. Please don't forget what all services we have done. Actually, we don't have to remind Krishna. And also it is said, yam yam vyapi smaran bhavam tejat ande kalaivaram tam tame vaidika undaya sada tat bhava bhavita. Whatever state of being one, remember when he quits his body as son of Kunti, that state he will attain without fail. Thus the mind carries the living entity's propensity to the next life. So we are chanting, we are doing all this so that we can remember Krishna towards the end of our life. Okay, so our consciousness should be like, what service can I do to Krishna, or how can I try to please Krishna? And the last sloka of Isha Upanishad says, Agnenaya Subataraya Asman Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vidvan Yuyuti Asmaj Juhuranam Eno Bhuishtamte Nama Uktim Videma. O my Lord, as powerful as fire, O omnipotent one, now I offer you all obeisances falling on the ground at your feet. O my Lord, please lead me on the right path to reach you. And since you know all that I have done in the past, please free me from the reactions to my past sins, so that there will be no hindrance to my progress. So the living entity is praying, please forgive me for the sins which I have done, the reactions to my past sin. So yes, and he's saying, you know the sins I have done. So sometimes we won't remember the sin we have done in our previous lives. No, sometimes we have some deadly disease, and in this life, that person would have done all punya. He's a nice, pious person, but we don't know his previous lives. We don't know what they were in previous lives. So what all sinful things we have done. So the reactions are coming. So, and we are suffering because of that. But just by doing Krishna Bhakti. So what are the stages of sin? What are the different stages? The sin can be of different stages, no? What are they? Nobody knows the stages of sin.
It has to, there is a seed, then it gets matured, and
Yes.
then the reaction phase comes.
Yes. What is that initial stage called? Bijam, no? Bijam. It's like a seed.
Seed.
Yeah, seed is the bijam. So it is said, aprarabdha phalam papam kutam bijam phalonmukam kramainaiva praliyate Vishnu bhakti radatmanam aprarabdha phalam papam kutam bijam phalonmukam. All these are different stages of the sin. Like first is a bija. Bija is like seed. That means we have done the sin, and so we sow the seed. So it's like not matured. It's like a seed form. Then slowly it gets matured. It becomes half matured, then full matured, and completely matured. So it is like kutam. Kutam means a sinful disposition, feel like doing the sin again and again. Then prarabdha and aprarabdha. Prarabdha means manifested reaction. The reaction has come. And aprarabdha is unmanifested. It will manifest in some other janma. Then it can be matured. This is what we are suffering now. So all these are different stages. Phalon mukam is the phalam, or the fructifying stage. So different stages of papa, that is aprarabdha phalam papam kutam bijam phalangam. All these stages, apranaveka praliyate, like slowly, not kramenaiva praliyate, slowly, not immediately, but slowly it will get cleared. How? Vishnu bhakti ratatmanam, by doing Krishna bhakti. So by doing Krishna bhakti, it's like these sins are like dry grass, and doing Krishna bhakti is like putting a matchstick lighted. So all the grass gets crushed, burnt into ashes. So this is why doing devotional service is very important. So the living entity is praying that, okay, I have done so many sin in my so many janmas, but please forgive me for all the sin which I have done, and take away all the reaction. So in Krishna also, the last instruction in Bhagavad Gita, what is that? Krishna instructs, no? What is that? Prabhu?
Sarva dharman parityajya.
Yeah. So there he says,
Mamekam
tvam
sharanam.
sarva pape. Yeah. Aham tvam sarva papepya moksheshami mushya. He says, no, that I'll take away all your papa, the sinful reactions, and moksha, will give you moksha. So this is Krishna's prayer to us, or the promise to us that he's promising us. But what is the condition?
That we must leave all forms of other religion and only surrender unto Krishna and pray only
Surrender.
unto Krishna.
Yeah, we have to surrender. So Krishna keeps a criteria or a demand that you have to surrender to Krishna. And surrender is not easy. There are 6 aspects of
Mamekam sharanam
Anu-
vraja, Mataji.
yeah, anukulena Krishna, accepting, what is it? Anukulena sankalpa pradikulesya varjana. So we have to accept what is favoring Krishna consciousness, reject what is so many aspects of surrender. So it's not easy because Krishna keeps a condition before taking charge of you. That is, you have to surrender. But does Mahaprabhu keeps a criteria?
No, Mataji.
Yeah. So Mahaprabhu doesn't say anything. Mahaprabhu just say that just chant Hare Krishna. That's it. But Nityananda Prabhu, when that Jagai Madai pastime happened, Nityananda Prabhu said to Madai, promise me that you will not do the sin anymore. Then you chant Hare Krishna. But that is correct. Like we should not, because doing sinful activities like pouring water on the fire. What is the use? It will get, it will not burn. So we should not do sin on the strength of chanting the holy name. Nam nam yasya baladhi papa putti. That should not be done. So that is the only criteria. And some faith we should have, but no other conditions. But Krishna puts a condition. So that's why it says Mahaprabhu is more merciful than Krishna. Why is Mahaprabhu more merciful than Krishna? Both are Krishna, no?
Mataji, Mahaprabhu is Radharani and Krishna. So that mercy comes from Radharani.
Yeah, it's coming from Radharani actually. Somebody asked Prabhupada, who is more merciful, Krishna or Mahaprabhu? Then Prabhupada immediately replied, no, Radharani is more merciful because Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna nahi anya. He is nobody but Radha Bhav. It's actually Radharani. Most of the temples, no, they don't keep a peacock feather for Mahaprabhu, for Gauranga, because peacock feather is for Krishna. And Mahaprabhu is Radharani's Bhav. He is Radharani only in separation from Krishna. And Jagannath is Krishna in separation from Radharani. Okay, so that's the difference. So in the last mantra, he says that, please forgive me all my sins which I have done. And paying obeisances falling at the ground. Okay, so we are praying, the surrendering to the Lord and praying for the costless mercy of the Lord. So that's why, Bina nitai bhaje mai, Radha Krishna paitenai. Bina nitai bhaje mai. If you don't worship Nityananda Prabhu, you won't get Radha Krishna. And it's very important to get the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. And without getting Nityananda Prabhu's mercy, you cannot get Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. Jagai Mada is an example. No, they got the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu first. Mahaprabhu was about to take Sudarshan Chakra and kill them. But it's Nityananda Prabhu who is more merciful. When Nitai came as Balram killed Pralambasar. Balram killed, who's that, Denugasar. Balram killed Romaharsha. He was very, very angry. But Nityananda Prabhu, he didn't kill Jagai Madai. In fact, he gave them Krishna Prema and delivered them. So we are all like Jagai Madais in different forms. But so we have to pray to Nityananda Prabhu. There is a Nityananda Prabhu's pranam mantra if you can learn. Nityananda Mahauna me Sarvananda Karamparam Harinama Pratam Devam Avatuda Shiromani. So this is Nityananda Prabhu's pranam mantra. Or if you chant Panchatattva mantra, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gauri Bhaktranda, that is enough actually. Sometimes we don't have a mood to chant, no? Some days we'll be very excited to chant. Some days it'll be like kind of sleepy, or we won't feel like doing 16 rounds at a stretch, or we feel like taking a break or something. Then it is said, Guru Maharaj Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj says, you chant Panchatattva mantra again and again, begging for them to give the taste to Harinam. They give you taste in Harinam. And if you done any offense to Harinam, the Panchatattva mantra will take care. So pray to Nityananda Prabhu tomorrow, take a fast till afternoon. Afternoon means sometimes people take till 12 p.m. or 1 p.m., 2 p.m. It's up to you. But after 12, we can break it with might be some fruits or something. You can take little water in the morning, or you can take nirjal. It's up to you how you can do. And evening there'll be abhisheka and all that in the temple. Okay. So in the 18th sloka, there's little more. The concluding quote. The entire process is hinted in this mantra, mantra 18. That is, we have to surrender to Krishna, and Krishna will take care of all the reactions of a sinful life. Hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord in itself can act as piety. By hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord, one becomes cleansed of all undesirable things, and then one's devotion becomes fixed upon the Lord. Shrinvata Sokata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hridayandasta Patrani Vidarodi Suhrisadam. By hearing about Krishna, what happens? We become fixed. At this stage, the devotee acquires the Brahmanical qualification, and the effects of lower modes of nature, passion, and ignorance completely vanish. The devotee becomes fully enlightened by virtue of his devotional service, and thus he comes to know the path of the Lord and the way to attain him. As all doubts will diminish, he becomes a pure devotee. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, are you all ready to join a Bhakti Vaibhav course on Thursdays?
Yes,
Is
Mataji.
it on Thursdays?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Because I immediately want to start. I don't want to have a break for your
Yes.
batch, because we just reached chapter 3. Okay. So what I can do is, for 1 or 2 months, I'll give you extra classes on Sundays. Okay, because Sundays I'm free. Your batch is done. After Vrindavan Yatra, we can start. So we'll have our exam next week. Okay, next week we'll have both theory and sloka, as you all said, because 23rd we are traveling. So 16th we'll have sloka and theory. I'll take, as you write theory, I'll take 1 by 1 to breakout room and finish up sloka. Okay, and you come back. So 23rd. So 2nd, I think March 2nd, I'll have an extra class. I'll start with chapter 1 for you on second. On every Sundays, I'll do chapter 1 and 2. And every Thursday, you join with the senior batch. So we do chapter 3 from there. Okay, if that is okay with all of you, because you're just few of them, and why to have a separate batch? We can club them. And otherwise,
Thursday,
you have
what
to
time,
reach
Mataji?
8 p.m. I'm free only at 8.
Okay.
Okay, Mataji.
Basically, what happens, 4 p.m. my Prabhu have service in the temple. He has to wake up the deities and offer fruits and all. So he'll come back by 5 p.m. And 5 p.m. I run for DT Kitchen Seva for the evening Boga. Until 7, I'll be in Boga. Then 7 to 7:45, I have garland service. Then 7:45, I run and come do my Gayatri, have prasadam, and then come sit for class. In between, Jagannath also troubles me. So it becomes 8:15 like that sometimes. But I try as much maximum I can. And so what we do, we'll do like that, okay? Because to start another Bhakti Vaibhav batch will take a long time, because some more batches of Bhakti Shastri has to finish, and it will take time. They are all in, so one batch is in Nectar of Devotion, one batch is still in Bhagavad Gita. So you have to keep waiting. So better we can have every Sundays 8 o'clock. I'll take chapter 1 and 2, the whatever we finished. And every Thursday 8 p.m. we'll have regular classes with them. Exam of chapter 1 and 2, I'll keep separate for you. They are already finished. Okay, chapter 1 and 2. Chapter 3 onwards, I'm starting this Thursday. This Thursday, I can wait for you all. Might be after Vrindavan Yatra, we can start new chapter with them. Okay. So next
Thursday
week, you
we
are
have
ready
to
for
join,
exam? Prabhu?
This Thursday we have to join for Bhakti Vaibhav.
This Thursday, no, you have exam now, no? You concentrate on exam on 16th.
Okay,
Okay.
ma'am.
Ishoparishad exam. The thing
After
is,
Yatra, you said, no, ma'am, Mataji. After Yatra, we have to join.
after Yatra. The thing is, you have to upload your certificate. Okay, now let's see who the challenge is. I have to see your attendance and who's regularity. I think all of you, all these devotees are regular in the class.
Mataji, today's
Mataji.
attendance sheet?
You have it, Sureshwar Prabhu. Do you have it?
Yeah, Mataji, I'll post.
You can post.
Mataji, we are coming back on a Thursday only, na, 27th. So will we have class that day? Like Vaibhav class, I mean. Thursday we are talking, na. So we are coming on
We're coming
27th.
I don't know whether I can take it, because yeah.
Yeah, because
No,
I'll be
Mataji,
just
it will be very exhausting for us, no? We'll
Yeah,
start
yeah.
after that, Mataji.
No,
After
Mataji will be traveling on 27th, no? Because you have
I'm
to reach
also
to
traveling,
Bangalore.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
We're
won't
just
reach on
coming.
27th itself.
No, 27th I'll reach. By evening, I think my flight is in the, night I will reach.
So we'll
Yeah.
not have class most
We won't
probably.
have. We won't have on 27th.
Okay.
So might be we can have a start on 6th. By then, before that, 2nd, I can start for you first chapter.
2nd of March.
Yeah, 2nd of March. Because Sundays we should start, no?
Yes,
Sundays
yes,
we should.
Mataji.
So our
second,
first class will be on Sunday, Mataji.
yeah, 2nd.
After this, yeah.
So
Of
16th, 16th after the exam, I'll send your mark list to Mayapur on 17th. And by 28th, we will get the certificate. So by then you can upload the certificates and then, by 2nd we can start. Okay. So you
So,
call
Mataji,
the attendance.
one more question. Sorry. 2nd, we'll have class. Then again, we'll join on 6th, right?
Yes, yes. So
Okay.
every day, every Sunday and Thursdays, you will be having Bhakti Viber sessions until I complete chapter 1 and 2. And then no more Sunday classes. It's only on Thursdays. Okay.
Okay, Mataji, very good, very good.
That's better
Thursdays
because
first.
otherwise you
Yeah.
have to keep waiting for a long time for Bhakti Vibe sessions. This is like you can catch up with that batch.
Yes, Mataji, very good idea. We'll follow that.
Hare Krishna. So only thing
Hare
is you should be very, the slokas are very big in Bhakti Vaibhav, and there is exam after every chapter. Okay, so
And
be prepared.
how many shlokas to learn, Mataji?
It depends on chapter to chapter. First chapter has 3 slokas, second chapter has 4, like that. So not more, but the slokas are little big. So we should be mentally prepared and we should be like really committed and dedicated to do the course. Okay, so you should be serious also. But I'm not scaring you, but you should not get scared for that, and you should not feel that, oh, I can't do it. No, try. We just try and we'll see. Okay, how much we can do.
Yes,
We'll
Mataji.
try
We'll
to
do.
do.
We'll do.
Mataji,
No,
for
no,
this
we'll do,
exam,
Mataji. We'll do it.
Definitely.
Mataji,
Yes, Prabhu.
for this exam, you study that questions, that is sufficient, no? Which
Exam?
you have sent. For this exam on next Sunday,
16.
the questions which you have sent, that is sufficient, no? For
I've
the
sent,
exam?
no, the Ishavanishad, closed book.
Yeah.
Closed book.
Yeah.
And first, invocation and mantra 1 we should learn for sloka. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll start by next Sunday, 8 o'clock, we'll have exam, closed book as well as sloka. So that
Yes,
we are
Mataji.
winding up our Bhakti Shastri, we are done. And then let's send you the list. Send the list to Mayapur. And then, on 2nd, we can start our first session of Bhakti Vaibhav. Then it will continue on every Sundays and Thursdays. Exam, we'll see that you should go in order only. That is chapter 1, then chapter 2. So I'll keep extra sessions so that we'll cover up. Okay, for the exam.
We
Sure,
can't keep
Mataji.
parallel exams, Mataji, like, because you'll be doing Thursday batch separate exam, and this batch also you'll take separate exam.
No, that's first 2 chapters I have to give you separate.
Separate,
Then,
yeah.
Third chapter
But then
onwards,
it will be parallel for us, na? Like, suppose if there is third chapter, some exam is happening, we will take that exam, right?
if possible, you can take. If it's not hectic for you, then we can, we can give another schedule.
Maybe, Mataji, for a few months it will be little hectic, but then at least we'll all become streamlined. Otherwise, for you also it will be very difficult, and for us also it will become like, you will have to conduct unnecessary 2 separate exams within the same batch.
Yeah.
So I think parallelly we can take exams for a few months.
Yeah,
until we
just
finish
see,
2
we'll
chapters.
see how it
Just-
goes. Okay.
Okay,
That's
Mataji.
Okay, Mataji.
Okay. Hare Krishna. So I think we can stop here.
Mataji,
Yes, Prabhu.
Mataji, I have posted the open book assessment in your WhatsApp. Mataji.
No, it should be in the Google form, Prabhu. You didn't
No,
put it
that
in-
actually that day I had taken extension from you. I said, okay. Then Ratnagi Mataji tried to post it in the Google form, but it was not accepting. So that's why I had.
What happened, Rattangi Mataji?
It was after the date, Mataji, so you had closed the
It was
after
closed.
20th.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
okay.
closed.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay. Hare Krishna, Mancha Kalpatarupascha, Kripa Sindhu Pevacha, Patitana Pavineva, Vaishnavi.
Hare Krishna.
Anand Kodi Vaishnav Mandir ki
Hare
jai, Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.